Well, you know, there's a difference between being lonely and alone. And of course, I've been alone a lot, but I've never been lonely.
I was in New York on a press tour, and I just wasn't prepared for the topic on every reporter's mind.
Buford, Wyoming.
Buford. From Forbes to Reuters, Bloomberg, Dow Jones. I mean, what made perfectly normal people fantasize about this 10-acre town in Wyoming? So I put on a pair of cowboy boots, and I headed for Buford.
Wyoming, especially this part of Wyoming, is quintessentially still the Old West. It's populated by about 350,000 people. There are more cows, more dogs in Wyoming than there are people. And we kind of like it that way.
I'm a Wyoming native, so I'm real partial to this, but this is wide open sky and it's wide open space, and you really have to love that kind of wide open space where you are reliant on yourself and there isn't necessarily somebody right next door.
I was born in Laramie, have some family that live in Cheyenne, so I come through here quite a bit, going to Wyoming football games and things like that.
It is a relatively tight community. Everybody knows each other, and because of challenges of the weather, we tend to come to rely on each other too.
We're out in the middle of nowhere on the busiest interstate. Yeah.
It's just unique that you have the ruggedness to stay here at 8,000 feet between Laramie and Cheyenne and brave the winters when you see the flashing signs and the drawbars on the highways saying they will close the road. You may not be seen for a couple of days before they get back to you.
The wind blows here, and right now it's really mild, but in the winter it howls like nobody's business. We're at 8,000 feet, and we joke about being in the jet stream.
Amazing that all of this attention is brought to our little community of Buford.
Marketing was warning me that the number of press calls had topped 300, and we'd received over 1,000 pieces of media coverage on Buford. Don, Pam McKissick.
Nice to meet you, Pam.
You are a celebrity.
Oh, well, I hope not.
The whole world knows about you.
Yeah.
84 countries. I liked Don Sammons immediately. Even I began to fantasize about living out here. It was big and quiet, and you could breathe.
Because of Buford, I got to meet people from all over the world. You never know who was going to open the front door and come in. And that's what made me happy. And being happy kept me from being lonely. The bottom line is, if you're happy inside, then you're happy. And I'm a happy person. Don is the character of Buford. He's been very successful here and has turned it into quite an enterprise that basically one person can operate, where in the past it had been a family that had to own it and operate it. My wife passed away in '86, so she never was part of Buford. I bought this after she passed away, but it was myself and my son. So he was the first one on the bus, and he was always the last one off the bus. So his day was as long as mine, really, because he would get on the bus at 6:05. I would work the place while he was gone, and they would bring him home around 5:15 or so in the evening. With being on a main interstate highway, the main interstate highway that crosses the United States, in the summer I would get 1,000 to 1,500 people a day. They might stop and come in and buy a soda, or come in and they'd see gifts that they might be interested in. Buford had no trees when I moved here. So all the trees that are here and growing, I've planted. Even though it's a struggle for them, they're growing. Who knows what it'll look like 20, 30 years from now.
You know, I've noticed the Don on the billboard and the Don in front of me look nothing alike.
For many years here, I had my head shaved.
When you think everything through, there had to be a reason why you shaved your head. Was that like wind resistance, or what was going on?
Yeah, up here there's always a bad hair day. So it's easier if it's not there.
So you were sort of an attraction in and of yourself?
I guess so, yeah. I think it's just like many places, the difference is here. If you do get a snowy winter, then you could get 4 feet, 3 feet of snow in one snowstorm. You can also get 3 or 4 inches, you know. The wind, believe it or not, kicks up around here pretty intense. But the wind really helps you with the snow. I knew kind of how the snow would always fall here. And I designed the store and the property to be self-cleaning pretty much. Well, by the way that the building was repositioned when I rebuilt it, by putting up the canopy, by the type of fencing and such that was used, as the wind blows, it would actually blow the snow away. If we're getting a blizzard and the snow actually shuts the highway down, then I would plow and maintain it while the highway was closed, so that when they opened the highway, I had everything clean and ready to take customers again.
So you were towing, you were cooking, you were pumping gas, you're selling things at the checkout with the
Correct.
Shirts. You're taking care of your son, you're the postmaster, you're the sheriff.
Putting out mail, yeah. I wasn't the sheriff. The sheriff is actually the county sheriff.
Oh, okay, so you couldn't be the sheriff.
But I was the honorary mayor.